What is good, YouTube, and happy Comic-Con week. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. We're currently doing a competition for Captain Marvel Blu-ray or 4K or DVD. All you do is subscribe to the channel, let me know down below why should I pick you. So San Diego Comic-Con is picking up steam. Today we had the Avengers EndGame panel, we had the Russo Bros panel, and we had the Witcher panel, and they've literally 2 minutes ago just revealed the Witcher's first season trailer, and it looks absolutely fire. We will talk about that later in a different video later this week. So Marvel have officially cancelled their first franchise or TV show, but I was expecting this, let's be honest. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as good as it is, every kind of TV show needs cancelling at some point. Just look at Arrow, they've cancelled that the last season. Generally, if a TV show can make it 5 seasons, it's doing well. Like the Flash TV show needs cancelling, Supergirl needed cancelling a few seasons ago. But essentially, it's a bit weird for Marvel to cancel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. literally days before San Diego Comic-Con. Does this mean they don't want any other Marvel properties on any other platforms are set for their own platform, which will be the Disney Plus streaming service later this year? I was kind of expecting them to use Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and bring that over and buy it out, as I believe ABC own it. I'm not too sure if Marvel still own ABC. I know nothing about American television stations, but essentially I was expecting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to be pulled from ABC all the way over to their streaming show, but obviously it's being cancelled on a high, I'm presuming. I'm only up to season 5, so careful for spoilers because I don't really know what's going on, but I know what's going on up to season 5. So Marvel have officially cancelled Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is kind of interesting. So also in the news, so today we had the panel with Marcus and McFeely, and it appears that Avengers EndGame and Infinity War could have actually been much better. I feel robbed after hearing some of their plans. So during the San Diego panel, McFeely and Marcus described a scene where Doctor Strange would have sent Thanos through the Mindscape before the Living Tribunal, where Thanos would have been judged for his crimes, obviously with the Living Tribunal. So we found out a few months back now that the Living Tribunal was going to appear in Avengers Infinity War during the Titan fight. Not in EndGame, by some people actually trying to claim this would be in Infinity War. No, this is sounding like it would have been Infinity War, not EndGame. So it is very weird how this is now making me feel like Marvel should give me money back, because they essentially have robbed the fans of a much better movie. It goes on to say things like this. They also mentioned Thor was at one point during Infinity War written to fight a serpent whilst trying to retrieve the Stormbreaker. So we could have had Thor fighting a serpent. I mean, damn, this movie could have been so much better, guys, than what we got. So also, this one's kind of a bit strange. McFeely admits that Smart Hulk almost appeared in Infinity War, but that idea was scrapped and saved for EndGame. Now, personally, we here at the channel, we believe that Marvel butchered Smart Hulk because we just wanted to see him merge into Smart Hulk. I mean, I don't really understand why that didn't happen. So Marcus says the Infinity Stones are what hold the universe together, and Swinton was perfect choice to explain the importance of the stones when the time came. You know, they did that scene during reshoot, so yeah, I agree, it is pretty interesting, but overall, it is pretty sad that EndGame and Infinity War could have been much better than what they were, because like I keep saying, EndGame from a storytelling point of view wasn't very good. McFeely said they had written several final lines for Tony to say before he died, but Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to say any of them and instead choose to be silent, and it would have had more of an impact on the audience. For sure, instead of this I am Iron Man line, personally we here at the Warstu channel, we would have preferred Tony to say nothing. That would have been a lot more dramatic. So the next one is such a shame, but it doesn't even make sense. One idea the writers had for EndGame was to have Thanos from 2014 kill the Avengers during that timeline and bring the bodies back to 2023 to taunt them. That would be weird. So you're saying you were going to kill the Avengers in 2014, then bring them bodies back to the Avengers in 2023. That would create a parallel, and the Avengers would never exist in 2023 if they were dead in 2014, unless you went from 2023 back to 2014, back to 2023. But obviously, I'm only reading a report of what was said. Now that sounds absolutely savage, but you gotta remember these movies are made for children, really. They're made for PG-13, so that was never gonna happen. An Ant-Man fan theory was debunked during the Marcus and McFeely panel, that Scott Lang was safe from the snap whilst in the quantum realm. The writers explained Scott was just as lucky to be snapped in the quantum realm as he would have outside of it. No, because he wouldn't have been in the same universe, he would have been in the quantum realm. See, this is why I don't like writers saying stuff after the movie's coming out, because they are creating their own parallels about what would happen, and they create fans arguing for no reason. The Russos say they would love to return to do Secret Wars movie. Warstu would not love the Russo brothers to return, so please don't return for any Avengers movies. You had your two. The Russos claim some of the hardest VFX shocks of both Avengers movies were the snap and portals creating the look for Smart Hulk. I mean, that is fair, but honestly, they're not special effects experts, I'm presuming, so it is pretty weird for them to say that. The Russo bros say Avengers Infinity War was the most stressful film. Yeah, of course, because Avengers Infinity War actually had a pretty complicated storyline where EndGame was really basic, and now I'm more annoyed at the Russos and Marvel because we were robbed out of a good movie, weren't we, guys? We really were robbed out of what could have been. It could have been a lot more complex. Now, I know people criticise the plot leaks, the alleged leaks we went over, but let's be honest, guys, I'm not the only person thinking this. Let me know down below. Some of the plot leaks were actually more interesting than the real plot of the Avengers movie. I mean, it was pretty simple. It was so darn basic, but it is interesting when they go over stuff, but then they create their own parallels and they create massive plot holes. So, as I said at the start of the video, the Witcher project is now released the first official trailer, and Henry Cavill looks freaking awesome. Now, as I'm on holiday, I don't have time to do an individual breakdown for The Witcher, but I will be sure to do that next week. But he looks absolutely insane. But what is interesting is during the Netflix Witcher panel, it was said that Henry Cavill literally begged his agents to get him the role. Like, begged his agents. He demanded the role, which is pretty interesting because you got to think he's supposed to be Superman. Couldn't he beg his agent to get him the Superman role again? So it says here on, I'm using Geek Vibes Nation as their pretty cool source, Henry Cavill did a lot of his own stunt, begged his agents for the role. Now, it's really interesting that he begged his agents for the role. So that is pretty cool. That tells you how committed he was to the role. And he did all his own stunts, which generally they don't let actors do stunts in case someone gets injured and then they hurt themselves. But I am really impressed with this Witcher first trailer. It looks pretty badass. Even the horse being Roach. But I'm not going to lie and make out I've read all the Witcher books and played all the Witcher video games. I haven't. I'm currently waiting for the Witcher 3 video game, I believe it is, to come out on the Switch later this year. But it does look pretty cool. It looks stunning. For a Netflix show, it looks pretty cool. Looks like the budget was pretty high. But as I said, when I get home, I will be trying to do a breakdown for that if it's not too late. But you know how the internet works. If you do a breakdown too late, no one cares. But I'm really impressed by the first trailer. But like I said, guys, we cannot judge something just on a trailer, because just because a trailer looks good and then the kind of TV show or said movie ends up looking bad, but it looks like it could be up to Game of Thrones standard, if not higher. The Witcher can only go one way. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be horribly shocking. But all the costume designs and the criticism that all the other commentators on YouTube were making, I think this first trailer pretty much debunks them, and Cavill looks insane in this role. He can really pull off the long hair. So there is so much to go over this weekend for San Diego Comic-Con. But like I said, guys, I'm going to have to bunch together a bunch of stories to keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest news coming out of San Diego Comic-Con, because I am a two-man band, but there's only one voice for the channel, so sadly I don't have enough time to make multiple videos. But guys, let me know in the comment box down below, would you prefer the Avengers to be killed and then for Thanos to go back in time, back to the future, to kind of bait them into saying, I've killed you in the past? I mean, realistically, when they kind of come out with all these deleted scenes and stuff they didn't make, it is pretty irrelevant now, because it's not like these are going to be on the deleted scene or the deleted kind of Blu-ray, but it is pretty interesting. So also, we've got one more story, then I'll let you. you go home. So basically, I'm away this week, so I will be recording a Q&A probably 3 to 4 hours after this video goes live. So if you want to ask me any questions about anything Marvel related, I will be doing a massive Q&A video. Or if you want to know anything about your boy Warstu, personal life, not too personal, nothing that I won't post on Instagram, then drop your comments down below and I will answer your questions, as I like to do Q&A so you guys can get to know the person behind the voice. But if you want to do it anyway, what you do is follow me on Instagram and you'll find out more about me. So like always, guys, let me know everything about this. Are you hyped for Phase 4 Comic-Con potentially tomorrow night? Maybe. We're not sure what they're going to do, but one thing's for sure, is Marvel's going to dominate because no one else is there. And if you are hyped for The Witcher, let me know down below. The trailer's pretty sick, but I don't have time to make independent videos, but we will talk about that on Monday or Tuesday next week. So I will catch you guys in another video very soon. But first, guys, please subscribe. Help the channel get to 100,000 subscribers. That will be freaking insane. And I will catch you in another video very soon. I do understand, guys, the audio isn't as good, but I'm using a snowball instead of the road, and the audio levels are not as good. It's hard to control the audio levels, so sorry about that, guys, but thanks for your patience, and I will catch you in the next video very soon. Catch ya later.